Usually are.
Appreciate that.
By the way,
could have been any way in the world, but you're here with me.
But you're here with me.
Is he different, Jay?
I was with the Cowboys for 4 years, Max.
And how long with the Giants?
4 years.
And where did you win your Super Bowl? I forgot. Just remind me.
This is a New York Giants Super Bowl ring, by the way. I don't know if people can pick up on that. See that? Yeah. For those of you listening in your cars, this is a Tiffany's Super Bowl ring.
Ooh, wow. Tiffany's.
Yeah, we had our Super Bowl ring ceremony at Tiffany's on Fifth Avenue. Yeah.
Okay, I see what the
Apple. I mean, they do. We do it a little bit. We do it a little bit different with Big Blue.
Yeah,
a little different.
I mean, I'm wearing the Apple Watch just because I felt like the Panerai would be too much.
Yeah, you don't have too much weight on one. Too much weight,
really?
Yeah, you're imbalanced.
You really have changed, I see.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, Key, I ain't work all of it.
You're not that young guy from the Cowboys, with the big jeans on, with the
guy Key's real estate.
Yeah, you changed, Chris.
Key, I love the hood, but I ain't worked this hard to stay in the hood. I'm just saying, that's just what it is. My life is supposed to change. You work hard, your life changes a little bit.
Yeah, people are mad because they didn't change along with you, right?
Yeah. Well, I think they're just mad because I'm 6'8", 340 pounds.
So you had a slight advantage.
Allowed life to change.
You ain't even changed your size.
Chris Canty is the co-host
Don't
of
ever
Canty
lie to yourself.
Carlin,
Size matters.
3 to 7 p.m. Eastern. You can hear it right here daily on ESPN Radio and, of course, ESPN+. All right, how do you feel about Dak coming off that game, Chris?
Man, Dak was outstanding. If he plays like that, he can make it a fourth quarter game against anybody. Like, that's what you want from your quarterback, and I didn't expect that we would see him perform like that based off of how he played in the second half of the regular season. But, guys, he was great when it came to situational football. He was outstanding with the second reaction plays, going above the X's and O's, quarterback scrambles, something that we haven't necessarily seen Dak do a whole lot of since the ankle injury. I mean, he had 3 quarterback scrambles, 2 for first downs in that game against the Bucs. Then you looked at how well he performed on third down, and he was absolutely perfect in the red zone. 4 for 4, 37 yards, and 3 touchdowns. It doesn't get much better than what he did against the Bucs.
He was decisive.
Now, granted, it's against the Bucs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the Bucs allowed the 5th most passing touchdowns of any defense in the National Football League. So I don't know how much we learned about the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott coming off of that game in the wild card.
And CeCe, that was my biggest point the other day when we came on the show Tuesday talking about this. You have Booger McFarland out there saying on his tweet, let's stop all the questions about Dak. And I'm like, hold on a second. Dak is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay?
But that's not the conversation about that.
The conversation for us is around, is this team going to reach their potential with Dak, which means getting to an NFC championship game? So coming off that Bucs game, do you have more confidence, less confidence, or maybe the same in Dak and the Cowboys now going up to San Francisco against the 49ers?
You're trying to box me in.
That's a
very good question.
Ask a detailed question.
That's a very good question. I'm going to reframe it a little bit.
Okay.
We just saw Dak Prescott play his best game as a pro. He's going to have to play even better than that in San Francisco if they're going to pull off the upset.
That's how confidence he can play better than that.
I don't know, Jay.
Okay.
I mean, how can you have confidence in something you've never seen? That's the question.
All I've ever seen him do is play well in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
all I've ever seen him do. I've only seen him play well in the playoffs. His best game up until this point was in the playoffs against Green Bay.
Yeah.
So this is different now. He's trending in the right direction, and I understand everybody. And I'm picking San Francisco to come out of the NFC if they get past Dallas. Okay. Now I understand that we're looking at their defense is a juggernaut. Their defense, last offense they ran up against that was really potent, because I don't count Miami, the Kansas City Chiefs. They unleashed on this defense. So Geno Smith, Dak Prescott is not Geno Smith. Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Geno Smith. The offense is better than Seattle's offense. So the challenge is going to be there. The offensive line, no matter what the combination looks like for Dallas, they are better than Seattle's offensive line. And that game was a game up until mid-third quarter.
Chris.
So let's not, let's slow it down on San Francisco's just going to run through the Cowboys because the Cowboys played an inferior opponent in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, Key, you said a lot there, but I want to go back to you bringing up the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you remember when that game was?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter. It was week 8 in the season. Week 8.
Yeah.
The 49ers ain't lost since. It's
I
a completely
understand.
different team.
And they haven't faced an offense.
It's a completely different team, especially on the defensive side of the ball, because going back to week 8, they had a lot of guys banged up, players in and out of the lineup on both sides of the ball. So I think this is a team that's been reshaped by some of the moves that John Lynch made, including trading for Christian McCaffrey. And now I think it's a different formula for success with all of the pieces that Kyle Shanahan has at his disposal and Brock Purdy playing at the level that he's playing at. So I take your point about the Dallas Cowboys offense and how explosive they can be at times and comparing it to the Kansas City Chiefs. But let's be careful when we start talking about what Pat Mahomes did to that 49ers defense and saying that Dak Prescott has that same potential, because I don't see it.
Absolutely he has the same potential against the 49ers defense. Absolutely. Absolutely, he does.
I'm sure a lot of Eagles fans are feeling the way I am as a Giants fan, which is actually not that I ever root for the Cowboys, but, man, if the Cowboys could play traffic cop with the Niners, whoever wins Giants-Eagles, and with Jalen Hurts banged up, the Giants have a shot. That they could get out of the NFC. The Giants could somehow get out of the NFC this year, that'd be hilarious. Because as Keith said, this isn't even a rebuilding year. This is an evaluation year. But do you think the Cowboys, if they play traffic cop with the Niners, that the winner of the Giants-Eagles could get out of the NFC?
I mean, it's hard to see past the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. I think those are the two best teams in the conference.
Even if Jalen Hurts is compromised?
Even if Jalen Hurts is compromised. Listen, I don't think Jalen Hurts has to be the focal point of the running game for the Eagles to win a matchup against the Giants. I think he can win from the well. He can win from the pocket. If he can prove that he can deliver the football with accuracy down the field consistently, I think that's all they need going up against the Giants, because outside of the quarterback-led run game, the Giants aren't a dynamic offense. Daniel Jones played out of his mind against the Minnesota Vikings. But we got to be honest. The Minnesota Vikings are trash on defense. That ain't the Philadelphia Eagles. That Eagles defense, they led the league in sacks, in pass rush win rate. They going to get after it. They got a lot of athletic guys along that defensive front. It's going to be hard for the Giants to run the football because those guys are going to be at full strength. Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Jordan Davis. I have a hard time seeing a path to victory for the Giants. And then the same thing can be said for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, it's going to take Dak Prescott playing the best game that we've ever seen him play, and the Dallas Cowboys defense being able to force some turnovers on that 49ers offense. And guys, the 49ers as a team lead the league in turnover margin. So good luck with that.
Chris Canty, co-host of Canty and Carlin, 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus.
He's changed.
He's changed.
Y'all kicking me out?
He's changed. You've changed. We keep it. You've changed. You've changed. Look at the Super Bowl ring.
No, I just wanted to ask you about
fancy clothing.
No. Wow. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
Aaron Rodgers.
Does he stay in Green Bay?
Well,
yeah,
actually,
in Green Bay.
Not only does
he going,
he forget about just Green Bay. He says he can still win an MVP wherever he goes. Right?
What?
Are you okay with that? 888-SAY-ESPN after Jay has this from Granger.
Sure, you don't want to talk about it? Okay.
It's changed too much.
For the ones who get it done, Granger offers
Snapchatting,
high quality supplies for every industry, as well as access to product specialists who have